Welcome to this video on DPLYR. DPLYR is a language of data manipulation which consists of various verbs like select, arrange, filter, mutate, summarize, and many more, which can be used to make simple or complicated data manipulation commands. So today's video is about the DPLYR summarize command. We will be using these two libraries, ggplot, just to plot some charts, and the DPLYR. Now this is going to be our sample data, the diamonds dataset, which is a built-in dataset, and I've put that into another data frame called D. So this is the data. This is the data for some diamonds, the carat, cut, color, and other information, price, and some X, Y, Z parameters. So let's say if we want to get the mean price from this dataset, the mean price, that means it's going to sum up all the prices and then divided by the numbers, 53,940, and that's going to be the mean for the column. I can use something like this. So I'm using the DPLYR select command to select some data, which is the cut and the price, and then I want to create another column using the mutate command, saying mean price equals mean of the price. Now if you haven't learned about the select and the mutate, then you might want to watch the complete series of videos on DPLYR, and each and every verb, select, mutate, filter, etc. is covered in a separate video. So have a look at that if you need to learn more about DPLYR. So if I run this simple command, D1, is going to give us some data. So we have the cut and the price, and then it has created another column called mean. And you can see that the mean is the same. And of course, it has to be the same because this is the mean of all the prices. Just because we call a mutate command has created a new column called mean price, and it has actually put the same value again and again, right up till the end. So that's what's expected out of a mutate command anyway. So this is what we wanted to achieve. Now, if I make some changes, and let me introduce the summarize command now. I'm just going to do exactly the same thing, and I'm calling summarize instead of the mutate command. So summarize is supposed to summarize the data and create a summary out of it. So if I open D2, it only has one column because this is the mean price of this column. And no matter what you did there, it never showed up there, because it only created the summary and resulted in this. Now this is the mean of all the complete data set. What if we wanted to group it by the cut? And if I run this command now, just grouping the data by the cut, so I would expect to have 5 different cuts there because these are the distinct values of the cut in the original data set, and it has given us the mean for each of those. And to show you the power of DPLYR, I'm just going to run this command very quickly. All we are doing is just at the end of the same command, I'm piping the data or the output of all this to ggplot and creating a chart using x equals cut and y equals mean price. And this is going to be a bar chart. So let's move forward. And this time I'm going to use summarize command, but instead of just creating one summary, the mean price or the mean price, I'm also going to create a frequency. So n equals the frequency count. So if I look at D4 given has 3 columns. One was the cut because we wanted to group it by the cut, and then it has given us a summary column called mean price, and then n, which is nothing but the frequency of those cuts. So that's fine. And if you notice that n happens to be at the end, what if we wanted to move the n in the second position? So yes, we can do that. And if you have actually watched our other videos, you would notice that there is a command called relocate, and I'm saying relocate the column n, which was being created here, and I'm saying dot after equals cut. So just put it after the cut column. So if I run D4 now, the frequency has moved to the second position just after the cut. So far so good. Now I'm going to create, instead of one, I'm going to create 3 different summary columns: N, which is the frequency, the mean price, and the standard deviation. So sometimes it's good to have all these columns: the minimum price or the maximum price, the mean price, the median, the Q1, the second, which is the first quantile, and then the second quantile, which is nothing but your median, and then Q3. And if I run this now, D6, it has given us all those columns. And you notice that the Q2 is exactly the same as median. Now, so far we have seen that we are actually summarizing it by the column. What if we wanted to summarize it by the row? And by row, I mean that we have about 53,000 odd rows. What if we just wanted to create a mean of these 3 columns and just these 3 values for each individual row? So I want to have a mean value of these 3, and then I want to have a mean value of these 3, and then I want to have a mean value of these 3. You can do that, but you have to tell DPLYR that this time you want to create the summary row-wise. So I'll have to do something like this. So I need to do a mean of these 3 values, X, Y, and Z, and I want to put it in a new column called mean. So if I run D8, D8 is going to give us just one single value for each row. So each value is different. That's fine. Let's actually do the calculation now in a slightly different manner. And I want to say, instead of the summarize, I just want to do a mutate and just see what the difference is going to be now. So I'll just call it D9. So if I run D9, you would notice that we have all the existing columns of the original data up to X, Y, Z, and then it has calculated the mean value of these 3 values, these 3 values, these 3 values, and so on. So depending upon your need, you could try summarize or mutate. And I hope you found this information useful and practical. Thank you very much for watching it, and I'll see you in the next video.